Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to tell you 3 plants that failed for me this year in the exotic garden. Let's get... Plant failure number 1 is the Gunnera. This is a Tinctoria, and the gap you can see there is where the leaves were, probably in June or July, but because of the big heat wave we had in the summer, the leaves couldn't cope, and that's even with watering regularly. Most days I would water it. You see there the rhizome's still pretty healthy and big, and it will bounce back next year, but because of the lack of rain we've had this year, the Gunnera just suffered. So I'm left with a big gap in the border. These leaves are nowhere near as big as the leaves that I lost. I just got to make sure I water it better next year. That's plant failure number 1. Plant failure number 2, you probably can't even spot it from there, but it's the Canna. Look at this Canna down here. Hasn't done a lot since I put those in the ground, probably back in April. No flowers, about 4 leaves, looking brown and looking sorry for themselves. I have actually got another one over here that's even worse, somewhere underneath the nasturtiums. If I move those out of the way, there's my other Canna. Probably about 10 centimetres off the ground. It's been an absolute disaster, and I don't know why. Maybe because of the conditions in the summer. I have been watering them, I have fed them. They've just failed. That's plant failure number 2. And plant failure number 3 in the exotic garden this year, you need good eyesight for this one, has been the hostas. This is what's left of my hosta. Not a lot there, it's died back down to the ground. Another one down here. That's all you can see there. Is mush under there. Still feels pretty hard, pretty solid under there, the rhizome. So it should come back next year with a good mulch. But again, they didn't cope very well with the conditions this year. Not enough moisture, not enough rain, and despite watering regularly, they just didn't do a lot. That's plant failure in the exotic garden number 3. So as I take stock this year and think about what I'm going to do next year in the exotic garden, I think one thing I really need to think about is an irrigation system and a rainwater collection system. Of course, on my greenhouse, I've got something temporary set up there, but I should be able to collect some water, even though the greenhouse is 4 foot by 6 foot. More realistic proposition is setting up a rainwater system on the house, collecting water. I know Mike Clifford has been in the press this year with his 2,000 litre system. I think that's something we all need to aim for if we're aiming for some exotic looking gardens in the years to come as the temperatures heat up. Anyway, that's it for now from the Great Northern Exotic Garden. Thanks for everyone who subscribed so far. Really appreciate that. Until next time, cheers.